Senator Pace.
Mr. Chairman, may I explain my vote?
Please proceed.
Thank you. As Senator Shope glances briefly at his watch, the comments that were made today, this is not the first time at least it's not the first time I've heard this on this committee. And I said jokingly to the chairman earlier when he was asking me some questions about this bill, I went out and purchased all the books when this bill came up. A version of this kind of stuff came up, and they said, these are the books that are available at these schools. And so I went and purchased them to see what's actually in them. But something kind of unique happened. My wife opened the Amazon packages. Yeah, that's an awkward conversation. Yeah, let me tell you, I hope none of you have to have that conversation with your spouse. When this material, which has been given to fourth graders, arrived at my house, my marriage got in trouble. When I have a third grader at home, I should have just given them to him. That would have been totally fine. The comments that we hear that I've never seen these or that this is an isolated event, it's not as isolated as we like to hope. It's also, it's not teachers, it's the school district, it's the administrators who are requiring these. It goes much more beyond a single teacher who says, hey, you want to read this? Yes, of course, if a single teacher pulled out a piece of explicit material and showed it to a minor, we have a process for that. But when an administrator says you're going to use this as instruction material for all of your minors, that's a completely different story. The last thing I'll say is of course, no bill that comes through these chambers is without improvement. I'll be the first one to say that. But we can't sit here as a committee and say, man, I wish I saw something better. Each one of us has an opportunity to change every single bill and to sit down with sponsors and stakeholders and address the issues. The sponsor of this bill already said that a member in his chamber came to him and said, there's some issues I see with this bill. I understand the concept, but I want to see some improvements. And guess what? Those improvements happened in the House, and we can do those here. So those who vote no because this goes too far or not enough, take the time, meet with the sponsor, and say, these are the things I'd like to see, and perhaps we can get even better legislation. And with that, I vote aye.